Come. Shalom, Israel. This is your brother Ezekiel from the Sons of God, Alabama Israelite Camp. Yeah, your brother Truth on online with us, Kazak, Gideon, and Tobias. And today's class is going to be "Don't Be Lukewarm." Let's get Revelations chapter 3, start at verse 14. So we got a lot of things going on this earth during this time. Israel. A lot of things that the brothers might get fearful about. It is true. Press is everything so it's going to break down on us in these last days, man. Really, it's trying to, but don't get lukewarm. It's true, man. Stick to that first love, man, with the Most High. Let's get to chapter 3, verse 4.
Book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 14. And unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans, write these things, saith the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of God.
So who's that faithful and true witness in the beginning of the creation of God? Who's a spirit that the Most High created? Yahweh Shah. So he's the faithful and true witness. Go ahead, Kazak.
Khan, verse 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither hot. Salakia. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would that thou wert cold or hot.
Those Israelites, they put in any, what I'm saying? The lines, man. Things, man. It could be things, man. Perhaps the woman don't want it, preaching on it could be a job situation, but they don't want to put this work in. I know the Israelites want to take a stance. They want in the middle, man. Those are those lukewarm individuals, man. Go ahead. Verse 16.
Verse 16. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Come, man. So to verse 16, when the spew, it's talking about, well, let's get the mouth means. Let's get the blue letters G5114, man, for a mouth. Let's see what that means. So if you one of them lukewarm individuals, man, one of those lukewarm Israelites who's sitting on the sideline, man, don't want to put any work towards this truth, guess what, man? Guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to get destroyed, man, basically. Let's go again and get the word mouth in the blue letter, G5114.
Khan said, what was that Greek word you said?
G5114. Yeah, now's not the time to be lukewarm in this truth, Israel. I mean, the thing that's going on this earth today, the prophets are old, man. They wish they were here to see these things. I mean, they saw, also I gave visions, man, but we're actually living in the last days. We're actually about to see the downfall of our enemies, man. Those who that hate us, man. Those who have been persecuting us for hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? So whoever started a race, man, and you get towards the finish line and you just stop. You don't go finish. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what was the purpose of running that race, man, if you're not going to finish? Those are those lukewarm individuals, man. Those individuals who don't want to finish the race, man. The ones who really, just like our people who were, when we came out of Egypt, man, ancient Egypt, the ones who was murmuring against Moses and against the Most High, man. They wanted to go back to ancient Egypt, man. Those are those lukewarm individuals, man. And what happened to them, man? Those who were over the age of 20 when we got let out, what happened to them? They didn't make it into the promised land. They died within that 40 years in the wilderness, man. So you had those same spirits back in the earth now, man. Those same lukewarm spirits are back in the earth today, and they still doing the same thing. They still murmuring against the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to do the work, man. They haven't been given that gift of faith, man. But let's go ahead and get that mouth G5114.
Greek G5114, tomos. Pronunciation tomoteros. Comparative of a derivative of the primary temno to cut, more comprehensive or decisive than G2875, as if by a single stroke, whereas that implies repeated blows like hacking.
Okay, let me make sure we're the same thing, man. Hold on for a minute. Hey, my bad. It's like I meant G47550, man. G475. It's lucky, man. That's my fault.
That's why I was looking like.
That's why when you read that, I was like, hold up, man. Let me get that, man. It's G475.
G4750.
Yeah.
Stoma.
Yeah, that's it.
Root word probably stripping from a presumed derivative of the base. The mouth as part of the body of man, of animals, of fish. Since thoughts of a man's soul find verbal utterance by his mouth,
let's skip down to number 2, man. When it says
the edge of a sword.
Come on, man. So Yahweh Shah said he's gonna spew you out his mouth, man. I mean, he's gonna put you to the sword, man. He's gonna put you to death if you've been lukewarm in this truth, man. So that's what he's talking about. Let's go over to Revelation chapter 2, start at verse 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 1. Unto the angel of the church of Ephesus write, these things said he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand, who walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks.
So these letters, man, I mean, these are written to the scattered Israelites, man. Angel is a messenger, be a leader of the people, the Israelites, scattered Israelites, man. Go ahead. And Ephesus. Verse 2.
I know thy works, and thy labor, and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil, and thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and hast found them liars.
So scattered Israelites in Ephesus, man, they they're exposing those, man, who are claiming to be apostles of Yahweh. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And has borne and has patience, and for my name's sake has labored and has not fainted.
Verse 4.
Verse 4. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love.
So they left their first love, man. What is their first love? Let's go to 1 John chapter 4. We read verse 16, then 19 through 21.
The book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 16. And we have known and believed the love that God hath to us. God is love, and he that dwell in love dwell in God, and God in him.
Drop down to verse 19.
Verse 19. We love him because he first loved us.
So that's our first love, man. The Most High is our first love. He first loved us. Go ahead. Keep reading through 20, 21. So read 20 and 21.
If a man say, I love God, and hated his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen? And this commandment we have from him, that he who loved God love his brother also.
Man. So if you love the Most High, man, who is our first love, what are you gonna do, man? You see your brother going off, what you gonna do, man? You're gonna rebuke him, man. Remind him to keep these laws of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna bring him back on track. You're not gonna suffer sin upon your brother, man. So that's what it's talking about. If you love God, man, how can you say you love God and your brothers are sitting going off in sin around you, man? You're not saying anything to bring him back on track, bring him back into these laws, man. Then how can you say you love your brother if you're not doing that? That's what it means by loving your brother, rebuking him, reminding him to keep these laws. Any one of you brothers got anything to bring out, man?
Yeah, Con. To let me back off what you saying, man. That's what we be telling these cats out on the street, man. Yeah, everybody trying to love the other nations, but don't have love for their own brother. Like, we try to go out there and tell you to love each other first, man. And then once you sufficient in giving your own people the love that they deserve, then whatever you got left over is for the other nations, man. But y'all got to learn to love each other, love your brother, man. These laws was given to a nation of people, and y'all trying to disseminate the laws like they for everybody. They for our people. These laws are for our people. So when you love, you gotta love your brother first. Do right by us first. Then the white man can't say, well, what about black on black crime? Because then we've already addressed that, right? We try to talk about how our oppressors treat us, then they throw back up in our face how we treat ourselves. So we got to clean our own house up, right? So we need to learn to love each other. But every time we try to do that, then the other nations come in and like, what y'all doing, right? We're trying to love our people and teach them how to love each other, right? That's all I got.
Going back off what you were saying, man, they try to say how we treat each other, man. But who created those conditions that we live in over here? You know what I'm saying? Put us in those situations, man, as to how we treat each other, man. You know what I'm saying? They try to push us into the poorest neighborhoods. They put liquor stores on every freaking corner, man, in our neighborhoods, and they get those pagan churches, man, that you can't walk a block, man, without running into one of those pagan churches, man, which they use to brainwash our people, man. You know what I'm saying? So we coming out, man, and we trying to, educate our people, man, and just bring back to their remembrance who they are, man, and remind them, hey, man, you got to be keeping Most High's laws. You know what I'm saying? I mean, although we scatter amongst the heathen, man, we are not to be doing the things that the heathen are doing, man. And yeah, man, it's gonna come a time, man, just like ancient times, man, when we were persecuted. I mean, bro, put it like this, man. This isn't our first go around this captivity. You know what I'm saying? We've been here multiple times, man. Whether it was in the ancient Greek captivity being persecuted, Roman captivity being persecuted, ancient Roman captivity being persecuted, or over here in this captivity back in the day being persecuted, and we still been persecuted. You know what I'm saying? So why are you not going to take a stance, man, to educate and uplift our people, man? We are who we are, man. I mean, be damned, the fact that Esau trying to demonize this truth, man. We come out and we bring about to remembrance the fact that we are the true Jews. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones who fit the biblical curses that were going to befall the Israelites, man. But yet we bring this out, and all of a sudden it's hate speech. How hate speech? Because our identity was stolen, and we bring it back to remembrance the fact that our people need to keep these laws when we got this captivity. Because the reason we're here in the first place is because we were being lukewarm. We didn't want to keep the Most High's laws. Right. We got individuals, man, who are even supposed to be in the truth that know the Israelites don't want to be keeping the Most High's laws. Coming out with these doctrines, man, and it's like these doctrines, man, with regards to I think I heard some recently about redhead black people being Esau. So, man, ain't no redhead black people ruling the earth, man. And ain't no black people ruling the earth, man. Stop trying to protect the oppressors, man. You know who's ruling the earth, man. Take a stand and say it, man. That's what it's talking about being lukewarm. You don't want to take a stand and say who the wicked is on the earth, man. You don't want to take a stance and say that the Most High is going to come back and destroy these people for what they've done to his people, man. The children of Israel. That's being lukewarm, brother. That's going to get you destroyed, man. If you're backtracking now because they starting to turn the heat up, trying to get rid of the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make it illegal for you to talk about the people that's over in the land not being the true people. So yeah, you're going to have that gift of faith, man. And you're going to have to endure through these times. Let's get
it ain't gonna be long before we have to write. We're gonna have to start speaking like Paul was writing. Right? We're gonna have to start speaking like Paul was writing. He had to say things in a certain way. So you know what I'm saying? That's why the word Gentiles is in there, because he had to speak a certain way in that environment, because it would have been treason to say some of the things in the Roman Empire. So he had to speak a certain way. We're gonna have to end up speaking that way too when we go teach.
Man, we got to do the same thing. And then, like, the stuff they trying to bring out in Canada, man, where with regards to the things that you post on the internet that they consider hate speech, they can go back, in the past and gather stuff you said even before a certain law was passed to try to come down on you, man. It's like that. I mean, that's just complete wickedness, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's get Deuteronomy 6, start verse 24.
Man, I just want to point out too, man, like you saying, man, we trying to, gather our people together, we trying to push that love amongst our
Con,
people. These other nations, what I'm saying, they hate us. Proof of that, you see this, I get this Edomite on the comment board right there. You see he spelled out the word nigger in so many comments. This showing, you know what I'm saying? Look what he put. Showing how these people feel about us, man. They hate to see unity, you know what I'm saying, amongst our people, man. So look at that. So this Edomite, man. You know what I'm saying? See, they hate to see us coming back into our nationality, us coming back into our heritage. These are the people that you work with every day, man. The people that you go sit around with every day, that you laugh with. You know what I'm saying? You think these Edomites, these so-called white people, got love for you, man. Then when they go home, they show they true colors come out. They're amongst their people, amongst their peer and their nation, man. They true colors and they true feelings about our people start to come out, man. That's why we tell
hey,
our people to separate from these people. We ain't telling our people to go on no, you know what I'm saying, go burn crosses in their yard. We ain't telling our people to do none of the things that they did to our people. You know what I'm saying? We just telling our people to separate from these people and show love amongst your own people. Nigga, these people have absolutely no love for you whatsoever, man. You see every time we cheat, you know what I'm saying? Like these Edomites, you know what I'm saying, been coming on our page lately and coming against us, speaking against us, man. This guy right here just called us niggas, man. But that's how they all felt about us. That's how they always been feel about us, man. But you got like,
Yeah. Some old sodomite, Edomite.
come,
Hey,
boy,
hey,
and then they get mad, right?
come,
We call them devils, right? We justified. Don't get
right?
mad when we're justified. Right? Go
Cause
ahead,
you had something, Tobias.
yeah, that for the whoever calling those niggas in the comment, bring out that Act 13.
Hey, you read my mind.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
yeah,
somebody else
we
put it too. Feels a damn
yeah,
Edom, right? Hey, right, Phil. Damn Edomite, man.
oh yeah. They
uh,
went the first time. They went the first time we were called nigga. The Edom
right,
just put another G in it and made it derogatory.
right.
Come,
But the prophets of God was always called nigga. So it's
right.
the book of Acts chapter 13 verse 1.
Yeah.
Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon that was called nigger. So to the person that wrote that in the chat, there you go. You're right. We are the niggas on the earth. Black
That's
man.
right.
We
Right.
always been called niggas.
We already told you we the school that take these scriptures away from you wicked Christians and show you what they really meant to say. We already told y'all that. So go ahead and do what you want to do. Right?
And before anybody get on in the little comment and say, well, that's Niger. Originally it was nigger before the white man changed it to Niger. It was
That's
nigger
right.
first.
That's right. And if you go into other translations, it say, you know what I'm saying, the black man or the black, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was referring to, man.
So appreciate that in the comment.
I lost connectivity.
As long as you recognize.
Before I went out, man, I think some Edomite was spelling out the word nigga or something in the comments.
Yeah.
I just sent up a prayer, man, so I can have your ass in captivity, bro. Whoever you are, man, I'm gonna have your ass in captivity, bro. So thank you, man. You just pointed out.
Right.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna give you no rest day or night either, man. Like Yahweh Shai, remember he tormented who was that? Pontius Pilate's wife, man, in a dream, something like that. You remember? You guys forget, man. When we in rulership, we're gonna have supernatural powers, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's like you done got low or something, man.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. What about now?
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's still kind of low, though. So we can hear you. It just low.
What about now?
Yeah, it sounds a little better.
All right. Yeah, so just sent up a prayer, man, so I can have your ass in captivity, man. So when you go in that lake of fire in Babylon, man, when you reborn, you're gonna be reborn back on my plantation, boy. That's all.
Hey, hey, Lord willing, we're gonna have to take turn with that one, man. I'm gonna have to get him on my plantation sometime too. Man. You ain't getting that one to yourself right now.
Come on, man.
Con.
Like
And
you and I be
Shalom,
talking about.
Phil. Shout out to Phil.
Yeah,
Shalom.
man.
Like you and I be talking about. I mean, bro, when we ruling the earth under Yahweh Shah, man, we gonna be immortals, man. I don't think these jokers realize that, man. We gonna be able to visit them in their dreams, man. Remember, we were talking about who was that? Pontius Pilate's wife, man. When Yahweh Shah was tormenting her in her dreams, Yahweh Shah said the things that he do, we gonna be able to do that and greater, man. So whoever this Edomite is, man, you ain't gonna get no rest, bro. Day and night. You get off the plantation, guess what? You go to sleep, I'm being your dreams, man. Putting your ass back to work, bro. Turn the sun up 7 times hotter than what it is you have to feel.
All right.
Just for you writing that, man. So I'm praying to the Most High, man, that he brings that to my remembrance, and each one of us brothers, man, we're gonna have you on the plantation, man. So thanks for pointing that out, bro. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 6, start verse 24.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 24.
Deuteronomy chapter 6.
Deuteronomy 6:24.
Yeah.
And the Lord commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the Lord our God, for our good always, that he might preserve us alive, and it is at this day.
All right, keep going. Verse 25.
And it should be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he has commanded us.
Come on, man. So it'd be our righteousness if we do the Most High's commandments, man. So that means, brothers, that the things that the Most High commanded us to do, man, with keeping these laws, going out and educating our people, spreading the word, we got to do those things, man. We got to teach it to our kids, man. You know what I'm saying? When you're sitting around the table, man, you sitting around having dinner or whatever with your family, man, we ought to be talking about these laws, man. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the Most High, man. Talking about the scriptures, man. Talk about our forefathers. Talking about the things that are to come. We can't even imagine, man, the things that the Most High has in store for us, man. You know what I'm saying? That's coming up, man. Yeah, we got to go through some more persecution, man, but we almost at the finish line, Akia.
Right.
We almost there, man. And I know I keep saying this, man, but we basically on the brink. World War III is basically popped off. It hadn't fully popped off, but it's basically popped off. So we waiting on what? A couple more prophecies to take place, man. Jacob's Trouble and that MOTB to be introduced and mandated. And during the time, man, the fullness or whatever, sometime during World War III, Yahweh Shah is going to return, man. So keep the faith, man. Keep obeying the Most High's commandments, man. Keep teaching the Most High's commandments, man. Forget what these other nations are saying, man. I can give a damn about what these other nations say, man. You get like celebrities like man, who was that one brother, man? The one dude that told me he couldn't believe that blacks are the children of Israel. I can give a damn what they say, man. That's what the Most High says. It's what the scripture says, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep pushing these commandments, man. You brothers got anything?
Let me see.
If not, man,
yeah, I got some. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 20. Be steadfast in thy covenant, and be confident therein, and wax old in thy work. Right. So it said be steadfast, mean what? Unmovable. And it said wax old in thy work. So this ain't talking about the work that we doing for the other nations. It ain't talking about the work that we doing. We go, you know what I'm saying, work for Esau. And, hey, bro, we be in a good pool when we go on the plantation. No, this work it is talking about to be steadfast and unmovable in is what? Abounding in the work of the Lord, man. Like you
Come,
said, first you go with, you know what I'm saying, keeping the commandment. You know what I'm saying? Keep the commandment, getting your house in order, and going out and teaching your people, man. That's the work we gotta be unmovable in, man. Like the out going into, man, we, you know what I'm saying, coming into these end time prophecies, man. How much more now should we be on fire than we ever been, man? Now ain't the time to be waxing weak, man. Now the time to be waxing harder and harder, man. Because we all trying to fight for a seat on that chariot, man. There's only so many seats that's gonna be on that chariot. The Lord already predestined the number of the brothers that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, gonna be delivered. So we trying to make that team, we trying to make that cut. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be going full force, man. We gotta be putting our all and everything into doing the work of the Lord, man. Cause you know what I'm saying? If not, all this we doing, we being lukewarm, all that's gonna be for nothing. Cause like he brought out in Revelation the 3rd chapter, you lukewarm, you're gonna get spewed out the Lord's mouth, man. You're gonna get destroyed. So you know what I'm saying? While you in this truth, you might want to either go hard, like they say, go hard or go home, man. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no purpose of being in the truth. You ain't putting forth your best foot to make the cut and be on those chairs to be delivered to get salvation, man. Ain't no other reason to be in this, man. You got it up.
come, man. It's funny, man. A lot of people go hard for Esau, man. You know what I'm
Come,
saying? When it comes to joining going fighting Esau's wars. I don't know any brother, man, that sought to get on the NFL, NBA, something like that, and be lukewarm and sit on the sidelines. Although you still
come.
get decent pay, but I don't know any brother, man, that trying to be lukewarm. They trying to be all stars. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
man, you know what I'm saying? We don't need to be lukewarm either, man. You don't need to be sitting on the sidelines, man.
Come. Like you said, man,
Uh,
the Lord ain't calling cheerleaders in this truth, man. He calling
oh,
men, you know what I'm saying, that's trying to labor in this truth. I got another precept. It's the
all
book of
right.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whether thou goest, man. So whatever you do, man, and it's speaking about, you know what I'm saying, doing the work of the Lord, you do it with all your might, all your power, because when you die, it ain't nothing else you can do after you die in that grave. Now the works that you did is sealed up. So you know what I'm saying? We got time while the Lord, you know what I'm saying, got us in the truth. We should be going full force and full fledged and doing the work of the Lord, doing it with all our might. Like you say, you look at athletes, man. You know what I'm saying? Athletes that trying to make it to the league. They practice day and night because they know, you know what I'm saying, the time they ain't practicing, somebody else practicing to be better than them. They practicing for a corruptible reward, man. You know what I'm saying? We
Oh,
going for an incorruptible reward. You know what I'm saying? They put in their time, they practice, they sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, probably partying, they sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, family time. They do all these sacrifices because they trying to get to the highest level, like for basketball, football. So we should be doing the same thing in this truth, man. We should be doing it even much more, you know what I'm saying, harder than they do because the things that we're gonna get if we make it and you know what I'm saying, and do it to the end, you know what I'm saying, and be all the way hot in the truth, we're gonna get a incorruptible crown, man. You know what I'm saying? It's worth more than the things that the people in this world labor for, man. We're gonna get to rule all the nations, man. We're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, ruling under the under Hamashiach Yahweh, who the world calls Jesus Christ, man. So everything we do when we come into this truth, we should be doing it with all our power and all our might. You got it, dog.
come, man. Yeah, as you were
Con.
saying, man. I don't know anybody that want to go to the NBA, NFL to sit on the sidelines, man. Let's get Matthew chapter 5, start at verse 14 through 16. So we need to be going hard for this truth, Aki. Now is not the time, man, to be being distracted. I don't care if it's your job, your woman, your kids, man. You don't put that stuff before the Most High, man. Before your house shot, before this work, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to put this work first, man.
Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your
Come,
light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Come, man. So not just hearers of the words, man, but doers of the word, man.
Con.
You're supposed to be setting that example, man, for our people, man. You know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to be man, what's the saying, man? When they say be about what you talk about, something like that, man. The stuff you preaching, man, you're supposed to be living, man. You ain't supposed to be like the scribes and Pharisees, man. The scribes and Pharisees were teaching the law, man, but they were doing other things, you know what I'm saying? They were doing opposite. So you ain't supposed to be like the scribes and Pharisees, man. You're supposed to be preaching and keeping these laws, man. So that don't mean, man, let your woman, you're Israelite, you trying to satisfy your woman, you trying to satisfy some portion of the family, whether it's your side of the family, her side of the family. They want to keep you in the world, man, keep you distracted with, birthdays and holiday celebration. You out there barbecuing like you got Memorial Day coming up, man. You out there barbecuing on Memorial Day with your friends on celebrating Esau's holidays, man. That's being lukewarm, brother. You ain't supposed to be doing that. Not to say that you can't have any company with your people, man, but you ain't supposed to be letting them draw you back into these worldly ways, man. You find our people want to celebrate everything that Esau tells us to celebrate and don't want to do nothing that the Most High tells us to celebrate, man. And when you know that that we're supposed to be keeping these laws and not doing the things that these other nations are doing, but yet you go on and you showing up at Christmas parties, office Christmas party, man, white elephant party, and you the first person to go out and get a gift, man, with your friends is on. You know what I'm saying? You got your friends on, man, at an office Christmas party, go on and participate in the white elephant party and shit. I mean, brother, you beyond lukewarm at that point, man. You just went back and became a reprobate. So you're supposed to let your light shine before the world, man. You're supposed to be teaching and you're supposed to be exemplifying like Yahweh Shah did, man. Exemplifying, what it is to be a follower of Mashiach, man.
Right.
The things that he did, we supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So he let his light shine before the world, man. We supposed to be doing the same thing. He set the example. We supposed to be following his footsteps, and we supposed to be setting the example for our people to follow it. Especially for our young men and women, man, our children, man. I mean, Esau is steady trying to destroy our children, man. From school pipeline, from school to straight to prison, man. So if you ain't been that strong example, man, setting these laws and showing them how we supposed to be living, guess what? And I mean, obviously, when kids become a certain age, man, they're going to do what they want to do anyway. They're going to make their own decisions. But you're supposed to be setting that example, man. Let's get Judges 5 and 11. You brothers got anything you want to bring up? You guys got anything you want to bring out, man? Go ahead and bring it up. All right, Judges 5 and 11.
The book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
Come on, man. So what's that? What's the noise of the archers talking about, man? It's talking about those nuclear missiles that's going to be heading over here, man. So if you want to be delivered from that, man, if you don't want to go into that lake of fire, you need to be rehearsing these righteous acts, which is these commandments, man. Keeping these laws, keeping the Most High's feast days. You need to be doing these things, man. If you lukewarm, going back to Revelations chapter 3, guess what? You're going to be spewed out. You're going to be destroyed, man. Whether it's those missiles that get you, or whether you killed by the sword, the chaos just coming here to Babylon, man. And you see it coming, man, with all these immigrants that's coming over here, man. You see immigrant gangs being formed. You see violence being, increasing, man. So it's just going to get waxed worse and worse, man. So it's only going to wax worse and worse, man, with the destruction that's coming on this earth. So if you want to be delivered, you need to be rehearsing these righteous acts, man. You
Right.
need to be coming out of Babylon. I know, the year 24 is election year or something like that, man. I don't keep up with it. I just turn on the TV from time to time, and that seems to be what they're distracting people with a lot of times is, Trump and Joe Biden debate coming up. But you don't need to participate in those elections. You don't need to be voting, man. We're not to be setting people above us who are not our brothers, man. You got to come out of that way of thinking, Israel. Let's get you brothers got anything?
Yeah, give me Deuteronomy 12 and 8. Deuteronomy 12 and 8. And this the problem with us, with our people in America. We've been in America so long, we have been assimilated into their way of thinking, and we don't have our own mind when it comes to the Most High. The Most High severed us apart from the world, and He gave us a set of instructions. And with that set of instructions, there's a level of responsibility that we have. But because our people are who we are, and we so rebellious, we just do what we want to do. And the Most High told us don't do that, right? So Deuteronomy 12 and 8.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12 and verse 8. You shall not do after all the things that we do here this day. Every man whatsoever is right in his own eyes.
Right. Just they saying it's okay to be a sodomite in America. We ain't supposed to follow that line of thinking. Right? They say it's all right for our women to be whores and do what they want to do and kill the babies. We're not supposed to follow that. We're not supposed to follow what's right in our own eyes. Our women and our men have a propensity to think that it's right if they feel like it's right. If it ain't wrong if they don't feel it ain't wrong. But the Lord said, no, you ain't supposed to do what's right in your own eyes.
That's right.
They feel we're in Alabama. No, we're not only in Alabama. The brother teaching the classes in California.
Right.
But yeah, we're not supposed to do that, which is right in our eyes. The Most High gave us laws, statutes, and commandments to follow, and that's what we supposed to follow. And we supposed to, if they don't like it, we shouldn't care about it. We supposed to separate ourselves and cut ourselves off from the evil of this world, right? The Most High gave us instruction to follow, and that's what we do. And we're not supposed to do what's right in our own eyes.
That's right.
Did we get that verse you wanted up? Deuteronomy 12.
Con,
man. See, let's get Luke 9, start at verse 23. So as you can see, Israel, all this is really, man, going to being lukewarm, is keeping the commandments of the Most High, man. Not going back into the ways of the world. Rehearsing those righteous acts. Go ahead.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 23. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me.
So you got to deny yourself, deny the ways of the world, man. I know sometimes you're tempted, you want to go back in the ways of the world, try to get money or whatever, man. Some people might want to go get girls or, do whatever, man, fornicate or whatever, man. You got to deny that, man. Deny the flesh. Do not be lukewarm. Do not go back, man. You go back, man. I mean, obviously the scripture said a righteous man falls 7 times. But some people, man, fall and they stay in that sin, man. You go back, it's going to be even worse for you when you go back into that sin than it was previously. Go ahead,
verse 24. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it.
Man. So it's not just talking about losing your physical life, man, but losing your lifestyle, man. Like you got a forefather Moses, man. He was Pharaoh's grandson, man. And Moses could have been Pharaoh if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? He gave that lifestyle up, man, to suffer with his people, man. So a lot of our people, man, they're going to want to hold on to the ways of to what they have here in Esau's world, man, and they're not going to want to keep the commandments, particularly when they introduce that mandate, that MOTB, bro. It's going to be a lot of people, man, that take that, bro, because you ain't going to be able to buy or sell without it. So I mean, basically, your livelihood is over, man. It don't matter how much money you got in the bank, you ain't gonna be able to access it. You ain't gonna be able to make any transactions with it unless you accept that mark of the beast. And a lot of people, man, are gonna use the fact they got hell. All of us brothers got families, man. All of us got kids we got to support. All of us got wives we got to support. You know what I'm saying? But it's a matter: do you love your wife, children, mother, father more than you love Most High and Son Yahweh Shah? And that's going to be the test, man. And if you get that mark, guess what? You just answered the question, because you love them more than you love the Most High and Son Yahweh Shah. Keep going up.
Verse 25. Well, what is a man advantage if he gain the whole world and lose himself or be cast away?
So what is it going to profit you, man? If you gain the whole world, if you gain riches in this world, man, but your end is you going to that lake of fire, you're going to have to suffer that second death, man. So what has it really profited you, man? You can't, the riches you gain over here, man, you can't take into the kingdom to come. Your position here isn't going to translate into the kingdom. So you might be a CEO of a certain company, you don't want to get that up. So you refuse to take a stand. You know you're Israelite. The Most High has, allowed you to have the understanding that you are Israel, but because you don't want to be scrutinized, you don't want to give up your lifestyle, guess what? You ain't going to keep the commandments. You're going to go along and get that mark of the beast. So yeah, you gain the world, you preserve your lifestyle, but in the end, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose your life. You're going to die that second death. Verse 26.
Verse 26. But whosoever should be ashamed of me and of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed, when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and in his Father's and of the holy angels.
Come, man. So if you ashamed of Yahweh Shai, man, you ashamed of keeping these laws, man, he's going to be ashamed of you. You know what I'm saying? How are you going to want him to stand up for you in front of his Father, man, and justify you when you won't even stand up before men and keep these commandments, keep his sayings? But yet you don't want him to stand up before you, for you. Come on, man. That ain't going to happen, brother. You got to be keeping these commandments, man. Go ahead, out verse 27.
Verse 27.
Oh no,
but I tell you,
Slocky, I don't need that. Let's go to let's drop down to verse 62, man.
Luke chapter 9, verse 62. And Yahweh said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of God.
Come, man. So once you come into the knowledge of this truth, man, and you start looking back and going back into the world, after you put your hands to the plow and did work, then guess what, man? You ain't fit for the kingdom of the Most High. You go into that lake of fire, man. You look warm. You look warm, man. You looking back. You missing the things of Egypt, just like our people, man. We were in the desert, man, for those 40 years. You look warm, man. You're gonna be spewed out and put to death, man.
That's right.
Let's go to Sirach, man, chapter 10, verses 1 and 2.
It's the book of Sirach.
Go ahead, up.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. In what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
Come, man. So as Yahushua is, man. That's how we need to be, man. Yahushua was about his father's business, man. You know what I'm saying? He was I see it, man. He was about his father's business. He wasn't about being lukewarm, and he wasn't about being playing, man. Playing around. He had a mission to complete, man. He was about completing that mission and being about his father's business, man. Let's go to Luke chapter 2, start at verse 40.
In the book of Luke chapter 2, verse 40.
Yeah.
Verse 40. And the child grew and waxed strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him.
So this is talking about Yahushua. That's the child being referred to. Go ahead.
Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. And when they had fulfilled the days as they returned, the child Yahushua tarried behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother knew not of it.
Keep going.
But they, supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey, and they sought him among their kinsfolk and acquaintances. And when they had found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem seeking him. And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, our father and I have sought thee sorely. And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Wish ye not that I must be about my father's business?
Come, man. So even at an early age, man, age 12, and probably earlier than that, man, it's just not recorded. Yahushua was about his father's business, man. He wasn't about, doing a thing. I mean, you figure 12 years old, man. I mean, I don't know what 12-year-olds did back then, but I know what 12-year-olds do today, man. They want to play video games, go outside riding bikes and stuff like that, man. Yahushua was about his father's business. He wasn't about playing around, man. And we shouldn't be about playing around. We should be about the father's business, man. We should be ushering in the kingdom of the Most High. The kingdom of Yahushua is coming, man. That's the business that we should be doing. All this other stuff, man, all these distractions that they have for us, man. Like, Brother Gideon and I keep talking about like the stuff with P. Diddy, man. Every time you turn on the news, man, every time you go to YouTube or something like that, man, something about P. Diddy, man, some disgusting ass crap. Him and Carl Winslow, man. I had to laugh at that one, bro.
Right.
Him and Urkel's want to be father-in-law on the show, man. Like, dude, they just putting all that stuff on to distract you, man. Go ahead.
Too. Eddie the one was dating that Tranny, but Star, what was that dude? He was dating that dude that was in all them videos. Eddie Winslow.
Yeah.
Oh, he was dating trannies, man. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the one that was in all them rap videos till they found out he was a dude. Well, I think they knew. I think Diddy knew he was a dude though.
Wow, man.
But,
I was talking about Carl Winslow, man. The dude that played Urkel's. Remember Urkel?
Yeah,
man,
you talking about the dad? I'm talking about the son.
Yeah. I think that Transformer name is Sydney Stark. You know, she
That's Eddie Winslow. Yeah.
You know, she was accusing Chingy of being with her too. Then later on, she came out and said that was a lie, but she ruined his whole career by saying that though. Yeah, Sydney Stark, man.
Man. But yeah, man, they put those distractions up on YouTube, man, to keep you distracted, man, because they know these videos are. Was that what is it? That's a double cut. Luke 2:49. All right. But they put those videos up, man, to distract you, man. To distract you what you should really be paying attention to, which is the things that are going on earth, man, that were prophesied. You know what I'm saying? Like we were talking in regards to World War III basically popping off, man. The mark of the beast that they're getting ready to introduce. Come on, man. Abstain from all appearances of evil. Come on, man. Yeah, we should be abstaining from all appearances of evil, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to be about our Father's business, man. Keeping these commandments. We should be running with the multitude to do evil, man. That's why, man, when you see these false doctrines coming out, man, like the one somebody was telling me about, man, with somebody trying to claim that Esau is black people, man, with red hair. That's up there with one of those most ridiculous doctrines I've ever seen, man. Because I I've never seen black people ruling the earth yet, man. That is to come. You know what I'm saying? It ain't black people that's ruling the earth now. So I don't know where that came from, man. But just the fact that brothers in whatever camp that is, man, won't pull the elder aside, whoever came up with that doctrine, man, and just talk to him about it, because that's going off, man. You know what I'm
Con,
saying? You need to be going to your brother, hey, elder, whatever. Hey, you mind if we discuss this, man? I mean, how does that line up precept upon precept in the Bible, man?
right.
You know what I'm saying? How does that line up with black people with red hair being Esau and ruling the earth? Where's that? Where's those precepts in the Bible, man?
Con,
Because that's not lining up. And if it's not lining up with the scriptures, man, then hey, man,
Hey, we
it
really
must be
talking
false.
about?
You can't go in the scriptures and prove it. It's false doctrine, man.
con.
Yeah, Phil Israel, he lost major money because of that transformer, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He
he
lost
can't
a lot of
bounce
money.
back. He can't bounce back after that. Damage done been done now, man.
Man.
At one point in time too, Tigger was claiming, the truth. At one point in time, he was making rap videos about it and everything. Yeah, he one of them brothers, man, that took his hand off the plow because he was coming into the truth, man.
Con. Hey, let's get Proverbs 29 and 25, man. And then afterwards, man, normally, man, Israel, I don't like talk about any personal experiences or visions that I've had, only because, man, I don't want someone to try to claim that, I'm trying to magnify myself or anything like that, man. But the Most High, his angels encompass those, that believe and trust in him, man. So last week, this time, man, I was actually admitted into the hospital. So I just recently got out a couple of days ago. And, listening to the doctors, man, speak, they expect me to be in much longer than I was going to be in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had to feed the feeding tube going down my nostril and everything, man. And hey, bro, I was tired of that hospital, man. So I prayed to get out, man, to be discharged. And it's funny because the nurse came around early Tuesday morning, man. And I like speaking to the nurses, man. They provide care for me. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta treat people how you want to be treated, man. So I always straight up conversation with the nurses, man, joking around. Hey, you think I'm gonna be discharged today? Like, nah, yeah, I think you probably be in here for a couple more days, man. Even when you get that tube out, we got to start you on a liquid diet, and then we got to monitor you, and then we gotta, slowly progress you to solid foods and stuff like that. Monitor you, make sure you're okay. So I'm all right. So the doctor came around maybe 2 hours or so later, man. I talked to him. And he basically said the same thing that the nurse said. But I prayed that day, man, that I would be discharged from the hospital, man. So it's funny, man. A couple hours later, after the doctor came around, man, I went to the restroom, came out, whatever. The nurse came out, and he was like, "Hey, how you feel?" I'm feeling all right. He's like, "You think you want to be discharged today?" I'm like, "Yeah." You know what I'm saying? So I was discharged that day, man, and I wasn't sent home with any direction to be on clear liquids and work my way up. Obviously, I had to start my diet slowly and build back up. But the reason I'm bringing this out is because I put my trust in the Most High. Because a doctor can tell you one thing, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High
Con,
is in a position to heal you. A doctor can tell you one thing, but ultimately, it's up to the Most High, man. It's up to the Most High whether or not you heal or whether or not I was going to be in the hospital for a week or so long, man. It was up to the Most High, man. I prayed. Most High heard my prayers. I've been discharged. I'm doing fine, man. But I put my trust in the Most High. And there was another situation I told Gideon about, man. When I was in the hospital, my 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 roommate, he was an older gentleman. I'm not sure if he was Jake or if he was Ham, man, but he didn't speak no English, right? Tuesday morning, man, I wake up because one of the reasons I want to be discharged from the hospital, man, is because I'm a hot body, man. So I need the air on, and he was a cold body, so he got real cold, man. So the air conditioner was on his side, man. So it's like I was sort of hot. I was like, man, this thing down my nose and that heat, man. I'm ready to go, man. So I would get headaches in there, and the nurse would give me like a cold pack, an ice pack. Well, in order to use this ice pack, man, you had to like I think there was like a little air compartment in there that had some liquid, and the other side, I believe, had some like some type of cubes or something, man. But when they interact, it created cold, and I would put that by my head to help with the headaches and to regulate the fact that I was hot body in there. So it was between 12 and 4 a.m. Man, I'm not sure. I woke up and my head was hurting. So I grabbed this cold pack, man, and I was sitting there and I'm trying to, you got to squeeze it just right. Now, keep in mind, I said the guy next to me, man, and I wasn't on any narcotic in there. So don't think, well, they may have had you on some narcotic. Nah, man, because stopped taking that. I stopped taking that. Uh, so I'm wrestling with this ice pack, man, and all of a sudden, man, from the roommate side of the room, I heard somebody say, "You okay with that? You wrestling with something?" I'm like, "What?" So I said, "Yeah, yeah, I'm good. You okay with that?" And the guy just grunted because he don't speak English. So number one, man, this was like spoken to me in like clear English, man. This guy didn't speak English. Now, how would he know to call me Ak, man? So I'm not trying to, make any reputation, but I'm just saying, I'm just throwing this out there because you fear the Most High, man. The Most High has His angels protecting you. You keeping His commandments, man. You keeping His laws. The Most High does hear you. Now, if you're not keeping His laws, the Most High doesn't hear the prayers of sinners, man. You know what I'm saying? So that right there I wasn't asleep either, man. I was wide awake when He said that. So whether it came from Him or whether it came from, I don't know, an angel over there dealing with the brother, man, on that side of the room, I heard what I heard. And then how would this brother know to call me Ak? Yeah, I appreciate that, Phil. Yeah, man, I'm doing much better, man. The Most High brought me through it. The Most High, it was something I was dealing with when I was in the world, man. Obviously, it's an element that I was dealing with in the world. Uh, but the Most High brought me through it, man. As I said, normally I don't talk about these things, man. But the Most High put it in my heart to discuss this, man, because I'm really a private individual, man. But I just throw that out there because the Most High does hear you. You doing what you're supposed to do, man. You keeping His commandments. You doing right by Him. Guess what? He's going to do right by you. You can't expect Him to do right by you if you don't want to do right by Him. If the only time you want to call on Him and try to do what He says is when you're in need of something, you got to be doing right by Him all the time, man. We need to be rehearsing His righteous acts all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether you in front of men or not, man. When you by yourself, you need to be rehearsing His righteous acts. Remember, man, He know your thoughts, man. He know your heart, which is your mind. You know what I'm saying? So He knows what you think. He knows if you really in this or not. He knows if you in this for show, if you in this for popularity,
Um,
or if you just in it, man, because somebody talked you into it. This is what you need to be doing, brother. No, man, your heart, your mind, your spirit, your soul, you got to be in this, man. Got to be in this walk. And if you're not in this walk, man, if you lukewarm, guess what? You're gonna be weeded out, man. It's just like I'm just using this currently, man. Like you go to work nowadays, right? You on a job, you got a job to be doing, and you don't do your job. You just go there and you sit and you talk, man. Clock in, clock out, and you ain't done nothing you're supposed to be doing at work. And then you wondering why you got fired. Same thing is truth, man. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be keeping these laws. You're supposed to be pushing this word, man, and doing something towards the truth, man. Even if you just giving alms and handing out flyers or something, man, doing something to push this truth, man. Turning brothers on to turning brothers on, man, to where to go to get this word, man. So do something to push this truth, man. Let's go to Proverbs 29:25.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 25. Fear of a man bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe.
Man. So if you in fear, man, you in fear that what people thinking, what people might think about you, whether or not you're gonna lose your job here. That's a snare, man. You got to put your trust in the Lord, bro. Put your trust in the Lord, man, and He'll bring you through, man. As I said, I put my trust in the Lord, man. And He brought me out of that hospital, man. That very same day, I was being told that I was gonna be in there many more days, and I was gonna have to be monitored from liquid diet all through, solid diet. But yet, I prayed, Most High heard it, and I was discharged that same day, man. I'm healing fine. So keep your faith in the Lord, Aki. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 3, start at verse 13 through 15.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou can desire are not to be compared unto her.
Come on, man. So the knowledge you get in this truth, man, bruh, it's way better than the carnal riches you get here in this kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? As I said, you can't translate that. That's not going to go. The things you have here in Babylon, guess what? It's going to get destroyed. It's not going to go with you into the kingdom, man. And if you holding on to that and you rejecting this knowledge, you rejecting his wisdom, you're going to get destroyed. This knowledge and wisdom, man. I remember when the Most High first woke me up, bro. This knowledge, the fact that we were Israel, meant way more to me, man, than anything that I had currently, man, because nothing could compare to it. Nothing. No cars, no jewelry, no material thing, no female, none of that stuff, man, could compare to the knowledge that we are the children of the Most High God, and that we're going to be joint heirs with Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, man. Everything that the Most High is given to Yahweh Shai is going to share that with us. We can't even imagine what that's going to be like. You know what I'm saying? Being able to sit down, talk to Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, and just have him walk, because I'm sure we all got questions, man. Because, the Most High, he existed by himself before he brought forth his son. How long did he and his son spend together before he had his son bring forth the angels and other spirits, man? This is like understanding, man, that I'm not gonna lie. I pray that we amongst those get those elect, man, get into the kingdom, get to sit down and speak with Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, Moses, and all forefathers, man. That right there, man, means more to me than any mansion I can have here in Babylon, any car I can have here in Babylon, any amount of money I can have in my bank account in Babylon. All that stuff means nothing, man, compared to the kingdom.
All right. Got a precept for y'all.
All right.
This is the book of Philippians, chapter 3, verse 8. Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahushua, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach.
Come, man. So, Hey, I hold on for a minute, man.
But yeah, like I was going into, man. You know what I'm saying? You coming to this truth, you know what I'm saying? You might lose something, man. Brothers coming to this truth, you know what I'm saying? Your woman might leave you. You know what I'm saying? She might leave you, take kids, you know what I'm saying? You might lose a job, you know what I'm saying? You might start to lose friends because they thinking you bugging the hell out. You know what I'm saying? But all those things that you may lose when you first come into this truth, man, you count, hey, those things are nothing compared to what the most high in your house gonna give you through his son Yahweh, man. He gonna make you, if you endure to the end, man, he gonna make you a brother in the kingdom of heaven, man. It's gonna be established on the earth. He said he gonna give you, you know what I'm saying? Because even when the apostles or the disciples asked them, they said, Lord, we left everything for your sake, you know what I'm saying? And he said, man, all that you left, you're gonna get, you know what I'm saying, 100-fold. So you know what I'm saying, your woman leave you, guess what, in the kingdom, the Lord gonna give you multiple women, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever riches that you know what I'm saying, may have had that you consider of value before you came into the truth that you lose, you're gonna get all that back plus more, man. You're gonna be able to rule over the nation, man. You're gonna have servants and slaves, man. You're gonna be lords over different cities, man. So all these things that may befall you when you come into this truth, man, you gotta look forward to that what the Lord gonna give you for these things that you may have to sacrifice when you first woke up and, you know what I'm saying, repented and came into this truth. Y'all, you got it.
I'm gonna go Luke chapter 14, verse 28, and it reads, "For which of you intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first, and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it, lest haply after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that shall behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish." And that's what we trying to tell y'all, man. When y'all come into this truth, y'all need to keep your hand on the plow, and we got to finish the build. But we got brothers and sisters in the truth that'll help you build so we can finish this work, right? But you got to keep your hand on the plow, or you're gonna fall out the truth. Like give me 2 Timothy 4:10, and give me 2 Peter 2:20.
Hey, you'll tell the brother email, man. So hey, Phil, email us, man. Get a brother email.
Yeah, let me see if I can't drop. I was trying to drop it in the chat, but this Chromebook ain't running fast enough, man. Get it over there. But
This is the book of second.
I'll give it to you verbally real quick. It's Israelite Institute at gmail.com. That's Israelite Institute at gmail.com. So I gotta get it in the chat, man. I'm gonna have to go get me a better machine that'll run, because this Chromebook ain't doing multiple things very fast. But yeah, man, if you don't keep your hand on the plow, if you don't stay diligent, man, you subject to fall out the truth, and we don't want that to happen to you, because the apostles and disciples told us that a worse fate awaits us if we fall out the truth. It's better off that we didn't even know about it. So we got to stay diligent in this work. And don't think you can't fall out, man. There's lots of stories brothers got of brothers falling out and then bugging out afterwards, man. So 2 Timothy 4:10.
This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 10. For Demoth has forsaken me, having loved this present world, and is departed unto Thessalonica, Crescens to Galatia, Titus unto Dalmatia. Only Luke is with me. Take Mark.
Right. So Titus fell out too. Titus, Demas, all these cats took their hand off the plow, man, and they fell out the truth. And it's a whole book, a letter that Paul wrote to Titus that's in the scripture. And Titus fell out the truth. So don't think you can't, like when we tell y'all these stories about brothers falling away from the truth, man, we know, we see this stuff. Right? If you don't keep your hand on the plow and stay diligent, man, you could have been in here 20 years, but you took your hand off the plow, man. Then you come back talking some bugged out doctrine, man, and got all of Israel looking at you with the side eye, wondering what happened to this brother. Right? Right. Give me 2 Peter 2:20 through 22. So yeah, you got to keep your hand on the plow, and this go to them Christians that say once saved, always saved, man. And we've been over this before, man. Just like the Most High saved that generation out of Egypt during the Exodus, that generation, only 2 people out of that generation saw the promised land. Right? They were saved out of Egypt, but they didn't get to the promised land because they was a unfaithful generation, right? And that's what we saying, man. You got to keep your hand on the plow, man. Don't be lukewarm in this truth. 2 Peter 2:20 through 22.
This is
the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 20. For if after they have escaped the pollution of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior, Yahushua Mashiach, they are again entangled therein and overcome, the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. But it is happened unto them according to the true proverb. The dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the sow that is washed to her wallowing in the mire.
Right. So and he call you a dog. He uses proverb with dog in it for a reason, because the dog is identified as the heathen in the scriptures, and it was a lot of us that we had fallen off in the heathen ways and were able to come back to the commonwealth because of Christ. But even after we come back to the commonwealth, it's still some that like to return to their old vomit. So they was called dogs for a reason, man. And we're telling y'all, once y'all come in this truth, y'all better count the cost. Y'all better keep your hand on the plow. You know, you got to be diligent and do the work, right? Or like Peter said, a worse fate awaits you, man. Like we said, these brothers that came in here and took their hand off the plow and came back with some bugged out doctrines, some real bugged out doctrines, and then trying to teach it to other Israelites. So we're serious when we say this, man. Keep your hand on the plow.
Right, man. If I can add too, man, like you said, you know what I'm saying? Like the Lord don't care about how long you've been in this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. It don't matter, man. The Lord can cast you away. That's why you got to constantly send up prayer, like King David, man. You know what I'm saying? The Psalms, the 51st chapter. Let me bring that out. Psalm chapter 51, verse 11. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Now, this is King David, who the Lord said was perfect. You know what I'm saying? He wrote this prayer that he, you know what I'm saying, committed adultery. He was basically begging the Lord not to take his spirit from him, man. That's what we got to do. We in this truth. I always, you know what I'm saying, I pray every day, Lord, you know what I'm saying, don't take the spirit from me, keep me in this truth. I pray to the Lord, before you take me out of this truth, I rather the Lord take me out of this world. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and take me back to the spirit world. Like you said, man, we done been in this truth. We done seen this happen firsthand. I know some brothers that I was with when I first came into this truth. It was like, you know, that I was laboring with. You know what I'm saying? Like 20 brothers, man. Every last one of those brothers are back in the world, man, except for one of them. All the rest of them are back in the world. And like you said, man, if you got to stay grounded and stay humble in the truth. Because the Most High, that's one thing you got to understand. The Most High don't need us, man. We need him. He don't need now one of us. The Most High take the spirit from you, bug you the hell out, cast you out, and raise somebody else up and bring somebody else up in your place, man. So we got to constantly stay grounded, constantly stay, you know what I'm saying, doing the work, showing brotherly love to our brothers, and you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, just staying in the spirit, man, because the Lord, like you said, the Lord can get rid of us, bug us out. Now you teach us some crazy bugged out doctor. Brothers that we was close to in this truth, man. Brothers back in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is not no respecter of person when it comes to this. So, man, that's why we telling our people, man, you gotta stay in the work, man. Because the minute, like you said, the minute you start slipping and you start slowly going back, building up that old man, it's a scary thing, man. But you got it back up.
Come. Precept, to go along with Gideon, man. James 4:4. We got a couple of scriptures. James 4:4. Talking about being friends with the world. That's why a lot of them fall out of the truth, because they, like you said, they take the hand out the plow because they haven't taken the hand out the world. James 4:4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore want to be friend of the world is an enemy of God. So they haven't fully taken their hand off the world. They like it's the topic of the class today. Don't be lukewarm. They still lukewarm. They still trying to hold on to the world and still try to have a foot in the truth. And that's why a lot of them fall out of the truth, because they haven't let go of the world yet. You know, they haven't changed their environment. They haven't changed the people that they're around. And once you come into the truth and you get this knowledge, there's a lot of things got to change, and they don't want to let go of that change. And like Gideon just bought out again, you have to put on that old man. So let's get Ephesians 4:22. So once you come into this knowledge and you have accepted the teaching of Yahushua, who the world called Christ Jesus, once you come into the truth and you accept this knowledge, you have to put out that old man. You have to put out that former conversation going into what you used to do. So Ephesians 4:22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation of the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. So that old man that you used to be, you have to put off all of those things, because if you hold on to just one of those things, it can drag you back into the world. Like Ezekiel brought out, you take your hand off the plow and you look back, and everything you know, you back into the same thing that you've been into your former self. You haven't changed that old man. Verse 23, it says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and holiness and true holiness. So once we learn these commandments, we start doing these commandments, we put on that new man and we let go of that old man. That old man is what we constantly fighting daily. That's us picking up our cross daily, getting rid of that old man, keeping that old man at bay. Because it like Ezekiel brought out, it ain't easy. Don't think you so spiritual and you so upright that you can't fall away from the truth. Just example of people thinking that, oh, I can go here, or I can be around them. Yeah, I'll be all right. If you don't change your whole mindset, your environment, the thing you listen to, the thing you watch, the people you're around, you will be drugged back into this. You'll be drugged back into the world and out of the truth. So nobody think that you can't fall out the truth. So you have to change your whole mindset and put on that new man and constantly, daily fight that old man from creeping back up.
That's right.
Come, I got it, man. Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 24. But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness and committeth iniquity, and doeth according to all the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live? All his righteousness that he has done shall not be mentioned, and his trespass that he has trespassed, and his sin that he is in them shall he die. Yet say ye, the way of the Lord is not equal. Hear now, O house of Israel, it is not my way equal? Are not your ways unequal? When a righteous man turneth from his righteousness and committeth iniquity, and dieth in them, for his iniquity that he hath done shall he die. So you turn away from this truth, man. Go back into the world, start committing sin. Guess what, man? Everything that you've done in this truth, all the righteousness, that ain't gonna be remembered anymore, man. You're gonna be counted amongst the sinners, man. You're gonna receive the same judgments as everybody. It's gonna be as though you were never in the truth, man. That's not going to be remembered, man, because all the righteousness, you may have brought other people into the truth, man, who are still into the truth and who are continuing on with the truth, man. But you fell out. So all that stuff ain't going to be remembered, bro. You still going to go into the lake of fire. You're still going to be vomited out. You're still going to die. So when you come into this thing, man, you got to continue. You can't be lukewarm, man. You can't decide, I don't think I want to do that no more. No, man. You came into the knowledge of this truth, man. You came into the knowledge of the fact you were Israelite, and you got to be keeping these commandments. But let's face it, man. What is Christianity, man? Why they don't want to hear about? They got to keep the laws. Our people in Christianity, man, because there's certain things they still want to be able to do. Certain foods they want to be able to eat. They want to be able to go party on Friday nights and stuff like that, man. They still want to be out there fornicating, committing adultery. It's things you got to give up. You got to abide by the laws of God, man. And see, those things are like still tempting. If you don't like deal with whatever your sin is, and you don't deal with it, man, and you constantly around people or environment, man, that is basically tempting you, and you ain't hanging around with righteous brothers, man. You hang around with brothers in the world that's constantly, whether they want to smoke or whether they want to go and commit fornication. Guess what you're gonna wind up doing, man? You're gonna wind up going back into the world, bro.
Con. I got a precept.
Yeah,
In the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces him. So you're right, man. So other brothers, man, we trying to be righteous. We coming to this truth, you know what I'm saying? We keeping the commandment because we're ourselves are not righteous. The commandments are right. So we keep the commandment. That what makes us righteous. But you continue to hang around wicked brothers and sisters who not, you know what I'm saying, repentant, who don't have the fear of the Lord and who not trying to keep the commandment, they'll start to seduce you because it's either going to be one way or the other, man. And most of the time, they're going to seduce you back into that old man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Tobias brought out in the previous, man. You going back into that old man. Because you like you say, you got to remove yourself, like Tobias was saying, from them different types of environment, man. Because if you don't, it's going to seduce you into, you know what I'm saying, taking on those former sins, that vomit that you threw up. Like the precept Kazak brought out earlier, you're gonna return back into that vomit, man. So if you, like you say, if you used to smoke weed in the world, you know every time you hang around this homeboy or this certain group or certain crowd, and you continue to go around, you don't start hanging around them, you're gonna eventually get seduced back into doing that, man. You know you used to go around this other homeboy. Every time you go around, he bringing all these women around, y'all, you know what I'm saying, sleeping with married women, all that. You want to go back to that after you hang around that same homeboy, you're gonna start to get seduced back into doing those things. Cause what they always gonna do, man. Hey bro, hey bro, you know we used to do this, man. We used to have fun, man. You know we used to used to have it. And you gonna start to think, man, like damn, man, we did used to have fun. Those things start to seduce you, and picking back up those spirits, man. And like what the scriptures say too, man. When the unclean spirit is going out of man, you know what I'm saying, he go there, he returns to his place. Find his place clean, man. Then he do what? He go and bring 7 more spirits, more evil than him. At the end of that state is worse than the beginning, man. So now, you know what I'm saying, you worse than, like you said, worse than what you was before you came into this truth, man. And that's why in the book of Hebrews, it said if a person fall out of this truth, it's very rarely you're gonna see somebody who come into the truth, fall complete. When I say fall out, I mean fall completely out, go completely back into the world. Dismiss Yahweh, stop keeping the commandment. It's very rarely that you're going to be able to get that brother to repentance, man. So this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 6, verse 4. For it is impossible for those who were once enlightened, meaning how were we enlightened? When we learned this knowledge, we learned this truth, we learned that we was God's chosen people. We learned the true names of the Father, which is Yahweh, and His Son Yahweh. We learned it with this book. These promises are for us. That's how you were enlightened. And it said, and have tasted of the heavenly gift and were made partakers of the Holy Spirit, and have tasted of the good word of God and the powers of the world to come. If they shall fall away, to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucify to themselves the Son of God afresh and put him to an open shame. So that's what the people doing, man. You come into this truth, you start keeping these commandments, you start keeping these feast days, you start doing the work, and you fall out. It's just like you put the Lord and Savior back on the cross all over again, man. And it says it's impossible, you know what I'm saying, to renew that brother to repentance again. So it's like I said, it might be a case out there where a brother went completely back into the world and was able to repent and come back into the truth, but man, it's very rarely gonna happen, man. So you gotta know.
Come, man. Yeah. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, start verse 17. For the time has come that the judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God? So judgment is going to begin with Israel. And it's saying if judgment is going to begin with us, what's going to be the judgment of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? If righteousness scarcely be saved, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, who are the righteous? The righteous are the ones who are keeping the laws of the Most High, the ones who are rehearsing the righteous acts. If we're gonna, I pray amongst the brother. I keep saying we. If the righteous is scarcely saved, then where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? So if you out there, you're not rehearsing these righteous acts, you're not keeping these laws, or you decide you in this truth and you want to go back into the world and you go back to sinning, what do you think gonna happen to you? You might as well have stayed in the world. You might as well not came in the world. I mean, you came in 20 or so years doing the work. All that's not going to be remembered. That's 20 or so years. You might as well, since you want to go back in the world, you could have been still fornicating or whatever. Could have been still putting another notch on your belt. So stay in this truth, Israel. Now is not the time to get lukewarm. Now is not the time to fall out of this truth. Stay in it. Let's go to Matthew chapter 25, start verse 14. So I know a lot of brothers, man. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Go ahead. Now go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 14. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servant and delivered unto them his goods.
Keep on.
And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, and to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise, he that had received 2 talents, he also gained other 2. But he that received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of the servants cometh and reckoned with them. And so he that received 5 talents came and brought the other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. He also that had received 2. Verse 24. Then he that had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed.
So this brother didn't do nothing with this brother did nothing with the spirit talent gift that the Lord gave him. He just went and hid it. This was stuck his head in a lukewarm brother right here. You know what I'm saying? What he should have been doing. He should have been, like the other brothers. The one that was given 5, the other one was given 2 talents. They went and they doubled. Brother right here, man, went and hid his talent. Go ahead.
Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money in the exchange, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him which have 10 talents. For unto everyone that hath should be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not should be taken away even that which he had. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into other darkness. There should be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Come on, man. So if you want them lukewarm Israelites, man, who ain't doing nothing to push this truth, guess what, man? You gotta be destroyed. You're going to that lake of fire, man. You know, put it like this, man. I'm just going to put it in cardinal terms. If you had like identified an investment broker, or something like that, right? You identify, say, 2, 3. You have, you know, top investors. You give this investing company some of your money to invest. They wouldn't double your money. You wouldn't have gave it to this investment company. They double what you gave them. And you wouldn't have gave your money to this other investment company over here. They sat on your money, didn't do nothing with it. Wouldn't you be pissed, man? I would be pissed. Like, hey, hold up, bro. I gave you all this money, and you mean to tell me you ain't do nothing with it? I've been monitoring the stock market. I could have had millions of dollars, man, but you ain't do nothing with my money, man. You fired, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna happen, man. You one of them lukewarm individuals, man. You gonna get fired. You're gonna get fired right down to that lake of fire, man.
Right.
Let's get Hebrews.
I can bring out a precept.
Go ahead.
Go along with what you just read, Proverbs 19:15. Slothfulness casts into a deep sleep. So that's for all the lukewarm brothers and sisters. You know, when they get lazy, and when you got too much time on your hand, I mean, you ain't studying enough, you ain't reading enough, you ain't meditating enough, something you ain't doing enough to contribute to the truth. Like bro said earlier, you can be passing out a flyer or something. You can be doing something to help with the truth. But if you get lazy, it casts you into a deep sleep. That's why we have to get rid of all that Christianity that we didn't learn over the years. We have to get rid of that stuff. Because that's what causes us to hold on to the world and stay in that deep sleep. Because we feel like, well, if I do this, it ain't gonna hurt this, it ain't gonna hurt that. And continuing on, it says, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger. So when you idle and you ain't doing nothing and you just hear the truth, you're coming here every Saturday and you just watch her and you think that's enough. You know, you ain't doing nothing to contribute to this truth. You're gonna suffer that hunger, and your ear gonna start just to want to hear something. You know, the first thing you hear, it can turn you back into the world. That's that laziness and that slothfulness of that servant that received that one talent. That's why he went and dug it and put it in a hole, because he was lazy and he was slothfulness. Like you said, when the master came back, he looked at, hey, where's my money at? You know, you ain't did nothing. And that's how he gonna look at that lukewarm individual. He gonna spit you out because you ain't did nothing to contribute to this truth. You ain't with to save no soul.
God, man. Anybody else got any precepts to bring up?
Yeah, man. They just go into, like you were saying, man, like each brother, everybody, when you come into the truth, you're not gonna bring. Everybody got a different talent. Like you said, the Lord gave each brother their different talent. You know what I'm saying? So whatever talent the Lord gave you, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be fervent in the spirit in that talent, in that gift and that talent. Because some brothers, they might not be teachers. Some brothers might be readers. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do what? You gotta work on your craft being a reader. Some brothers might be, you know what I'm saying, we had to be work with the camera or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Every talent is needed to build this truth, man. This is the book of Romans chapter 12, verse 4. As we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office. Like you say, everybody ain't gonna be in the same office, but you can't think of the job or the talent that the Lord gave you. It ain't no less than the next brother talent. You know what I'm saying? Some of us teachers, some of us readers, some of us can, you know what I'm saying, just come to count, hold post. You know what I'm saying? The Lord might brought some brothers in here, they might be financially good. They can get arms and give donation to help get the things that needful for the body, man. Some brothers, you know what I'm saying, the Lord might bring it to this truth. Bring water, that Gatorade to the camp. Everybody have their own office, own talent, but everything is needful in pushing his work and laboring in his truth. It said having gifts different. So like I skipped the verse. So we being many are one body in Hamashiach, and every one members one of another, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us. Whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the portion of faith. Our ministry, let us wait on our ministry. He that teacheth on his teaching, he that exhorteth on his exhortation, and he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence, And he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. Like you said, man, some brothers, you know what I'm saying, they might be brought into this truth to get on, get no donation. Some brothers, man, they might have a gift of prophecy. They might be able to go in there and break these prophecies down, break these deep mystery, these deep parables down. Some brothers, you know what I'm saying, they real good readers, man. Some brothers good with the camera work. You know what I'm saying? Each job that you called in this truth, hey, we need it, man. Everything is needful when it comes to building the body, just like our human body, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything got to work together in order for your body to function at the same way it is when you come into the truth, man. But you got it back up.
Come, man. Kazak, Tobias, Truth, you guys got any precepts you want to bring up? If not, man, I got this last one. Right here.
Hey, can one of y'all go to the comment section in the chat and put out email? I tried to post it twice from the YouTube page and it won't let me post it.
Here, let me see. Join chat.
Go to the comment section in the chat. See if you can
post. You gotta connect to the YouTube.
Yeah, in the StreamYard, go over to the private chat and then hit the comment section next to it. It won't let me post in there.
Hey, what is it again, Kazak?
Israelite Institute at gmail.com.
It's not letting me type either, man.
Yeah. This is tripped out. All right.
True.
Well, I hope you got that feel, man.
I'm gonna see if I can post it. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm trying to post it, man.
Israel Institute at gmail.com.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me pull it up, so I went to the YouTube page on my phone and put it in there, and it didn't take it. Well, it took it, but it didn't show up, I guess, because it's an email address.
Yeah, I can't do it either.
That's it right there.
All right, unless any brother got any other precepts to bring out, man, I'm just gonna read this last one right here. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. It says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man." And that's what we just got finished explaining to you, Israel. Keeping the Most High's commandments. That's your whole duty right there. And if He's waking you up to the fact that you're an Israelite, you need to be doing something. Whether it's handing out flyers, handing out business cards, or creating a web page or something to further this truth, man. It's part of the body. Not everybody's doing the same spiritual gifts. But with that said, man, I would like to say all praises to the Most High. And the name is only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. This is the Sons of God Israelite Camps signing off.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna try to post this in the chat before we get off. See if I can post.
All right, I'm gonna bring out Jeremiah 2:33.
Come.
Real quick. Can't get no satisfaction right here.
What was it, Kazak? I'll bring it up.
Jeremiah 2:33.
All right, let me pull it up. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, and verse
33.
Verse 33. Why trimmest thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
So like I said, when you come into this truth, a lot of you Jakes still got a foot in the world, and y'all are men pleasers. Like they said, your family, your job, your friends, they might be trying to pull away from you, thinking you crazy, and you trying to make a balance so you can keep the peace with them, man. Hey, like Yahweh Shai said, man. If you would, whatever you give up, I give it back to you tenfold. Right? So don't trim your way to seek love, especially from the heathen. Because the heathen, and most people, they're gonna do what they can do to get what they can out of you. Then they're gonna still throw you away. So you might as well just stay and serve the Lord, man. You got a whole nother family. Some faithful brothers that's gonna be good to you, man. Faithful sisters that's gonna treat you well. And you have a place to go when you ain't got no place to go. You have somebody to teach you and to guide you, but don't trim your ways to seek the love of the wicked. Right?
Hey, that's how you got it spelled, cause
Israelite T-U-T-E. You left the last T out. It's
oh,
T-U-T-E.
Hey, while you
Yeah, it
typing out,
posted up now.
I'm just going to bring out precept for what you just said, because about them having a whole nother family, man. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 46. Says, while he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother, and who is my brother? And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. The whosoever is of Israel, though. So that's the family you're referring to, man. You come into this truth, whoever's doing the will of the Most High, man, your brother and beside you, your brother is going to war, going to camp, doing these videos with you, man. That's your brother. You know what I'm saying? That's your new family. On the Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, man. All these brothers on here, man. These 4 brothers, man. These are my brothers, man. This is my family. They're doing the will of the Most High. So, I mean, your parents are gonna, people gonna speak ill of you, man. I had people speaking ill of me when I first came into the truth, man, thinking I was in a cult or something like that, man. But the fact is that they still in the world. The Most High hadn't opened their eyes yet, so they can't see. They're still spiritually blind. So they're trying to pull you out this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the old you was a lot more fun to them. You know what I'm saying? The old you wanted to drink, get drunk, get high, and all this stuff, man. With them, I never got high or anything like that. I'm just saying. They like that old man because the old man was fun to them. The new man, the one who's keeping the laws of the Most High, the ones that's not going out and doing those things, that person's boring to them, man. You know what I'm saying?
Kind.
So
Hollywood, man, that's a good precept.
What's that?
There be 2 things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty, and men of understanding that are not set by, and one that returneth from righteousness to sin. The Lord prepares such a one for the sword. That's a good precept.
Good precept. Real good precept. Unless your brothers got any other precepts to bring out, man, we'll go ahead and end it. Yeah, I would like to say all praises to the Most High. In the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. This is the Sons of God's Alabama Israelite camp. I hope everyone listening was edified. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.